We are meeting in the context of unprecedented developments in our country. We want to express our gratitude to the SADC Observer Mission, Electoral Commission's Forum of SADC countries, the African Union Observer Mission, the Commonwealth Observer Mission, the European Union Observer Mission, and the Qatar Center Election Observer Mission for their impartiality, dedication, and tireless work in overseeing Zimbabwe's harmonized elections. Their collective efforts to uphold democratic values and provide an assessment for the electoral landscape are commendable. The election observer missions raised and confirmed a series of electoral malpractices which resonate with our own assessments. Number one, the absence of electoral reforms, a flawed and controversial delimitation exercise, misuse of the Maintenance of Peace and Order Act to curtail freedom of assembly and selectively applied restrictions, including the banning of opposition rallies. Recent amendments to the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act restricting constitutionally guaranteed freedoms. Abuse of state resources, exorbitant nomination fees hindering political participation, concern over the judiciary's independence, ZEC's perceived lack of independence and transparency, absence of a transparent voters' roll, reports of violence including the tragic loss of Tinashe Chitsunge, alleged intimidation by entities such as FAS, concerns over postal and voting procedures, state media bias, voter suppression through alleged material shortages, reports of targeted harassments of domestic observers. Dr. Mumba's unwavering commitment to ensuring transparency in the elections was met with unfortunate threats, including death threats and intimidations, especially from ZANU-PF leaders and supporters. Such actions undermine democracy and we condemn these acts unequivocally. From the data availed to us through the V11s, we are confident in our strong performance in both the parliamentary and council elections, as our agent will affirm, our chief election agent. Preliminary indications provide reason to believe that President Chamisa is in a favorable position for the presidential victory. We urge the Zimbabwe Election Commission to announce these results promptly and accurately. We call upon all Zimbabweans to maintain calm and peace during this period. We must stand united, vigilant against any efforts to subvert the will of the people. Post-election incidences. The notion of a peaceful election does not capture our experience, and we deeply regret to inform the public of various disturbing instances post the election. Honorable Solomon Odera, Guera South, was attacked by Ngonizashe Madukunye, a ZANU-PF candidate at Muzokomba Business Center, together with his chief election agent around 3 p.m. on the 24th of August 2023 during the counting. A police report has been made with reference number RRB 5293436/23. There was a case of arson in Guera where our member Ellen Chakanetsa's house was burnt to ashes. Honorable Dorothy Msonza from Harare South and the agents were abducted at DDF Manyanye and brutally beaten. Our agents were chased away from the polling station. In Highlands, Dorothy Ziuchi and Nomusa Maradzika's house were pelted with stones. Reports were made with the RRB number 47299874. In Maramba Pfungwe, 13 of our members were attacked and to seek refuge in Harare. The FAS organization reportedly threatened voters and enforced command voting. There have been multiple instances, more than 100 cases actually, of such malpractices. Traditional leaders in regions including Guera, Mutasa, Sanyati and more were reportedly overseeing and directing
Where's that?
Who sent you? You want to know who sent you? Thank you. Why are you doing this? Who sent you?
I am cooking.
Why they are free? We are going to win the election. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Who sent you? Who sent you?
Who sent you? Why are you disputing this case?
He's one of the guys who is disturbing our press conference.
We have to be able to do whatever we are doing. We are not doing anything illegal. This is embarrassing. You're a huge embarrassment to our country. This is so embarrassing. You want to attempt to, subvert the will of the people. That's what you're trying to do. You had your ministers, you had your leaders who addressed press conferences yesterday. Were they distracted? Were they distracted? They are a huge embarrassment to our nation. I'm sorry to say. Who are you? Who are
instances you would find that faces of candidates were mixed up. That would have been resolved if ZEC had allowed us to inspect the ballots before the voting day. That would not have been an issue, but it then caused a problem on election day. Because once you discover that there are mixed up faces on the ballots, you then have to stop the vote. You then have to go back and redo the ballot. That would have been avoided. In Bulawayo, you will recall that there were some of our local authority candidates that were not appearing on the ballot. Again, that would have been resolved before the election if ZEC had been transparent. It allowed people and political parties to inspect the ballots. But now that we are entering this stage of vote collation, verification, and announcement of results, all that we call upon ZEC to do is to be transparent in that process, to be transparent in the collation of ballots, transparent in the tabulation, transparent in the verification. I'm happy that I've just received a call right now from ZEC Command Center that we must attend because the verification of presidential results is now starting. So I've sent an official who has already gone there. So we know these results. We know that we are preparing and set for a satisfactory outcome. We are happy with what we have so far. We will keep it to our chests, but we know and we are assuring our supporters that we are heading for good times. So everyone here must know that the CCC political party is not expecting anything else. It just expects transparency. It expects that the results that will be announced will be the results that reflect the will of the Zimbabwean people. We know that the election was flawed. You heard for yourselves. But you didn't even have to wait for the observers to say it. You saw it for yourself. The flaws were so apparent and glaring, such that no one would miss them. But even regardless of that, the president sends me to just tell you that he is so honored. He is so happy that Zimbabweans, despite all the spanners thrown into the way, they withstood the hindrances. They stood and waited for their time to exercise their right to vote. And you will see, if eventually when the final results are announced, that effort that they put will be rewarded. So I want to thank you all. I want to keep emphasizing that we as the CCC political party, we are not interested in breaching the law. We will stick to the law. We will act according to law. We will act in terms of the Constitution that entitles us to take all the steps that we are currently taking. Of course, there are some things that, some aspects of the observer mission reports that we don't necessarily agree with. For instance, there is a finding that the election was generally peaceful and calm. But in our view, that is not the case. You saw that Chitsunge was murdered. You saw that Tongai Jack's house was petrol bomb. You saw a lot that has been happening. The assault on Honorable Gweru, the visuals that you continue to receive of people being attacked, blood strain. So we are not really happy and excited about that indictment on the election. In our view, the observers may have missed that. We forgive them because they came here for a very brief and restricted time. They may have missed some of these things. They may have missed some of these occurrences, especially in the deep areas of the country. But what we can tell you is that generally, the observer mission statement captures and resonates with what was transpiring on the ground. But we are still grateful that Zimbabweans have soldiered on. I know that people are anxious about results. They are anxious, they are waiting. People who stood in queues for long hours, old ladies, stood in long queues. They did not go home. They refused to give up. They refused to throw in the towel. Those people, we cannot disrespect what they did. We have to be respectful to the laws of the country, but we have to be respectful to what Zimbabweans did on the voting day. I want to thank you so much for members of the media for standing with us. You saw this occurrence. If it was not for you, things would have gotten worse. So thank you so much for that effort. We truly, truly appreciate it. And the president sends his gratitude to everyone, every Zimbabwean. You saw that there were those who were getting angry about the reports of the observers. But clearly, the issue is not about attacking individuals and personalities. The issue is to speak to the substance of the reports. What did the reports say? Did you want them to lie about what they saw in the country, or you wanted them to tell the truth? We believe they told the truth. Some may disagree with us, they are right to do so. But we as a political party, we are happy that this indictment on what happened is what we expected. So thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless Zimbabwe.